It's time to name the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union Athlete of the Week, and today we come to Emery High School, where a 47-year drought was snapped over the weekend as the Emery Lady Spartans claimed the 3A state championship in track and field. And we have Skylee Guymon joining us, who had a phenomenal weekend. Skylee, thank you for taking out the time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, your weekend was sensational. 4 state championships individually, 5 if you count the team. Could you have even dreamed up that type of scenario where you just totally dominated and you guys brought home the main goal, which was the state championship? I mean, it's picture perfect, right?
Yeah, I definitely going into it. I wanted to win all 4, obviously, but it was not something I actually thought I was going to be able to do just because there's so many good girls I was competing against. So it was something in my brain that I wanted, but then when it actually happened, I was like, I have no idea how I did that.
Well, let's start with one event. We'll just work our way down. The 200 meters. Okay, you win the state championship in this particular event. Talk to me about the preparation, the competition, and what you had to do to come out on top in this one.
So this one was actually the one I was actually most nervous for because the 200 is one of my weaker events. So, I was really nervous going into it because there was girls that were racing me that beat me last year at state. So I was kind of just my dad was like, just try and win. Just go out there and see what you can do. So it was kind of one of the events where I was just I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. I'm just going to go out and see what I do. So on trials, I was kind of just okay, it's my last event of the day. I'm just going to kind of go out there and just try to run as fast as I can and see what I can do. And then I just remember looking up at the clock right before I crossed the finish line, and I hadn't broke 24 before, and I saw I was about to do it, and I was like, whoa. And so then I just crossed, and I was just in shock, especially on the final day when I realized that I actually won. I was just in so much shock because it's kind of one of my weaker events and just one that we've been trying to work on my speed throughout the year because it's more my weak spot.
When you're in this event and you know it's one of your weaker ones, is there a point in time while you're actually competing where you think this has gone well so far? Does that thought ever cross your mind, or is it just I guess, zeroed in on the finish line? I mean, what's that like, knowing that, okay, obviously things went well early, right, in that event? Do you think about that?
I definitely do because we've ruled out that my really weak spot is my start. So kind of when you come off the curve in the 200, this time it was super weird. I'd never make up the stagger that fast, but I was kind of just whoa, I really have a chance of winning this. And I was really, really starting to feel all the vents come back in my legs on the last 30 meters. So I was getting a little scared because I could see them all coming up. But, my dad had just told me before, he likes to put pressure on me in a good way. He was just you need to win this 200. And so then I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I need to do this for my team. So I just tried to finish.
Let's move to the 400. Obviously, you felt more comfortable with this one.
Yeah, this one's definitely, I wish I could do it more. It's really hard doing the 300 hurdles and 400. I wanted to go for the state record at state. Me and my dad talked about it, but it was kind of just, we wanted to play it safe because we wanted me to have enough energy to win the 200. So it was actually a bummer because on trials, when I came through at a 56, it was really easy. And the state record's a 55, so we were kind of bummed because we were thinking I should have just gone for it, but it was fun.
But you take home first, and that's what's ultimately important, right? Let's move to the hurdles, 100-meter hurdles. Tell me about this event.
This one's definitely one that I've come to take more seriously this year. Last year I was kind of just it was just one of the events that I love doing because I don't know, it's just one of the ones that's so short and it's just fun. But this year I was kind of I really wanted to get in the 13s, which I haven't done yet, which I'm hoping to get at nationals, but it was I had really good competition. I had Lisa Richards, who's really good. And so I was my weak spot, obviously, in this one is my start. I always get faster as I go at the end. So this one I was just trying to focus on getting out fast and making it to the finish line. And it was a little hard on finals day because I was not nearly as fresh as I would want to be, but I still got it done. So, yeah.
And then the 300-meter hurdles, you win here. And is this one, again, that you feel more comfortable with? One that it's kind of, I don't want to say easy because none of it's easy, but yes, you're definitely confident in it.
Yeah, so my 300 hurdles is definitely my favorite race. And I was really confident with it, but it was kind of hard because the week leading up to state, my steps were being off because we kind of started to tweak some things of the way I'm running just to try and help me run faster for my 200 and stuff. So I was a little nervous going into it. And before finals, before I ran the 300s, after the 400, my dad was just like, let's just go for it. And he was like, if your steps are off on 3, then I'll just yell at you to jog. And it's funny because I actually usually go right all the way, and I was going left all the way. So then he just yelled at me to slow down just to win it, make it across the finish line so that I can have enough left for the other events.
Again, Skylee Guymon joining us right now as we talk about her phenomenal day at the 3A state championships. I've got to ask about the stamina, because you compete in these 4 events at such a high level. What is that like, knowing that you have another event and another event and another event? And how do you kind of save that energy in between?
Well, my coach, MacGyver, so he's someone that we've been going to up north to kind of help with us. And I was telling him how bad I was like freaking out. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to have enough energy to like do all of this. And he was just like, let's just take it like one event at a time. So like through the day, I'm just like, okay, we just have the 100 hurdles and I don't think of anything else because it kind of freaks me out. But, the main thing is, like my dad always tells me, just trust your training. We've been training for it all year. I kind of had a heads up that I was probably going to have to do this at the beginning of the year. So I kind of got like mentally prepared for it. And my dad was just telling me to trust my training. So
I felt, especially after cross country, felt like the expectation was a state championship for this team. Now, unfortunately, we had to deal with Addie going down and not being able to compete. And I know that Addie is such a key part to your guys' team. Overcoming that, what was that like? And what did you guys have to do to overcome the absence of Addie?
I think it was heartbreaking for all of us when we found out that she couldn't. And, we kind of got that scare of like, are we going to be able to do it without her? But I think we have such a great team that everyone realized that we would have to pull our weight. So we kind of just like bonded together, and everyone was just like, we're going to do it for us and we're going to do it for her. So everyone just pulled their weight, I think, with her in mind.
I'm sure having her there, she's a leader, right? I mean, she always has been. I'm sure that was a huge boost as well.
Yeah. I don't like, just when we found out that it was a stress fracture, everyone was like, it was just heartbreaking for everyone. And so then just going out there, every event was for her. So
when you guys finally accomplished this goal and you win a state championship, what was that like? Because 47 years, that's the last time. That is so long, right? Almost 5 decades. What was that like when you guys realized we're the top team in 3A, we're state champs?
It was so unreal because we have such a like tiny team, but we have all our girls are like, they're just amazing. So it was just like, I can't believe we just did this, because we've talked about it last year and how long we wanted to get this record and make it so that we could win state again. So it's kind of just like a surreal moment. And then just realizing that we did it without like Addie, who would have done so much. Like, it just shows how good of a team we have.
For someone in this sport, which is, it's individual, but it's team, what is more important at this stage in your career? Is it a state record? Is it a state championship? I mean, how do you prioritize this? Because as I talk to you guys, I know the training is different, right? There are certain events I'm sure you feel like, okay, this is my event. I'm going to win a state championship. Do I push for that state record? What's more important for you?
Well, for me, for this one, it was mostly just the state championship. Like, I wanted to get state records, but, I needed to do what I needed to do for my team, which was save enough energy so that I could win the other stuff, just so we could pull out with the win. But for me individually, state championship, like state records, is more important for me, just because there's certain times I like to aim for, but, it's okay because it's still awesome.
I know when we talk, you come home with 4 state championships, but you come home with 5 because you have the team state championship as well. When did that sink in? Oh my gosh, I got 5 of these.
I mean, just like as soon as we were all kind of thinking like after Addie, we were like, we're not going to win it. We're like, we tried. So I was just talking to Carly and Cabry, and we were just all like, okay, like this is like an individual thing now. Like it's your senior year. Like just go out, like have fun. There's no pressure. And so then when I actually found out after my 200 that we had won, and I was just like, there's no way. Like we did it. And it was just surreal. And I was just like, I can't believe we did it. And I was just really proud of my teammates and how hard they've worked this season, and they pulled through.
One of the things you just said, Sky, which I think it's a perfect example of the type of person you are, it was for the seniors, right? That meant a lot to you to send these girls out as a state champion. That's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do without them next year. I've gone really close to all my seniors, and I know how bad they wanted it. And so it was all for them. And so we just wanted to let them leave with the state championship just because that's awesome.
I know the mentality you have now. It's what's what's next, right? You got to move on to the next. So what is next for you?
I mean, I just really want to see what I can do. Next year, I'm really excited. This year, my high school track season's over, but I still have Nike Nationals and everything. So next year, I'm just really excited. There's certain times I want to get, which I feel like is my main focus for next year. Just kind of pushing myself, see what I can do, because it's really hard. We're probably not gonna win state again next year. We're losing like all of our girls, but so I think next year super like mostly individual things I can focus on. And it's actually going to be fun because we might switch up some of my events. We might be trying because in college I might switch to a HEP. So we're going to do lots of new events next year, which I'm really excited for.
I know that this is life for you, right? You're just a standout athlete. What are you going to do in the summer to decompress a little bit? Is there anything in mind? Do you have something that you want to do that kind of gets you away from competing? Or is it just, nope, this is what we do all summer long?
Mostly this is what we do. But, sometimes like I've been taking a little tiny break, just not doing too hard workouts. But, I'm really excited and it's really hard for me to take a break because I love track. So I just like to keep going.
Well, it was a performance for the record books, something that's always going to be remembered. It's enshrined now forever at Emery High School, which is cool because we got such a rich tradition of athletics here. This 2026 team, it's forever now. That's a really cool thing.
Yeah, it's super exciting. And none of us, I think, had realized how long it had been since we actually won. So that was kind of like a wow moment. It was really awesome.
Well, Sky, it's always great to chat with you. Thank you again for taking out the time. I'm sure we're going to talk again plenty as we gear up for your senior season, but congratulations on a really memorable weekend. And it was epic. It was legendary. Congratulations.
Thank you.